is open to another no cure, no fee type search if companies such as Ocean Infinity came forward?
As I mentioned yesterday in Parliament, I already answered in Parliament yesterday, we have never closed down any possibilities. If there are any credible leads, then anybody who can give us some credible leads after discussion, if our authorities think that there's a credible lead, then we are always prepared to reopen.
So you're open to another no fine, no fee contract?
As I said, we are open to proposals, but we must have some credible leads before we decide. Because any search mission, I have to go back to cabinet. I cannot decide on my own. Okay.
By credible leads,
I'm not having a press conference. Sorry. Okay. I just received the understanding with the family. I just received that, but we let the families to have the press conference here in the ministry. Okay.
Thank you so much for meeting with us and for receiving the pieces.
Okay. Can we just accept it?
Photo. Remember my name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Left side.
Plastic. Okay. Can we receive everything first? Then you can continue with your press conference.
Thank you for.
Okay. Thank you for all this. Okay. How many pieces altogether?
5.
Okay.
And this is the most recent, August 2018, found off the shore. Probably interior cabin debris, but that's for your people.
Okay. We will ask the investigation team to immediately verify it and do investigate it. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Lord.
Thank you, very appreciate it. Thank you.
YB, just to get an idea, when can we expect to get a response from the investigation team?
Well, you just received it today, then you have time. Okay. Thank you. I think maybe we just accept. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Feel free to go ahead. Okay.
Yes. Now we'll take any questions that you have.
Okay, Grace, if you could just tell us how do you hope, or what are you hoping for? Okay, wait, let these guys hear. What are you hoping for now that with this new evidence? How do you hope that it
The fact that debris is still washing up now, it means that this investigation is still live. It shouldn't be closed because, there's still evidence washing up. So why should we turn a blind eye to evidence that is washing up on the shores of Africa? And there are parties, private companies that are capable who are willing to continue searching on a no cure, no fee basis. I think we should be more open to allowing them to do the search.
Today is supposed to the day to assemble the special investigation team today. So did you get the official announcement for this? Did you get the official announcement for this?
Not official, but it was told that eventually they will be disbanded because there's nothing else for them to go on. But as Blaine was explaining, the sea, they've got this tidal thingy wave, so everything sort of gets washed up again. So for me, from before, I was saying, if we humans can't find it, the sea themselves will cough it up for us, and right now the villagers there are helping, but of course we need to give them a little reward. It's, there is help there, no matter how small it is, but it is still going on. So we just want everybody to know that this is not the end. We need to go out and then get more. And it's not only in Madagascar, Mozambique. You were explaining the the sea, the coast is about 5,000 miles long.
It's very long. There can be a lot more pieces still out there, buried in sand, floating around, washed ashore. Maybe some villager found it and is using it for something.
Which they do. So I mean, to create awareness there as well. It's costly for everyone to go there and do that on our own, but if the awareness is created government to government, then it will help a whole lot, because, as I said, the children go on the beach, they find something and, keep it as a souvenir, but they don't realize that whatever pieces we get, all connected together, might be able to tell us exactly what happened.
It is very, very sad that until today, it's almost 5 years, every single piece of debris that we have has been found by a member of the public. The official investigation has found nothing. So I think that they should be more encouraged to take more of an initiative to launch more search or more efforts to get the public to be on the lookout in the countries where the debris is washing up, since that seems to be the only evidence, the only real evidence that we have obtained in the last 5 years. So it should be taken more seriously.
Sir, could you explain the 5 debris that we have today, and were they found? Which one were found by villagers? Which one were by yourself?
They were all found by local villagers. I didn't find any of these. They were all found by local people after the families went there and did their debris awareness efforts, and they were handed over by the local villagers to friends of mine and friends of Grace's from that visit, and then handed over to me to bring for the families. And as far as those 5 pieces go and what it can mean is, if they are from the plane, and one has numbers on it, so we're quite sure of that one, and they've been inspected by experts and photos looked at by independent experts, not official, and they think they're from 777. They're similar to the other pieces that I and others have found that have been determined to be almost certainly from the plane. And what they tell us is that debris is still washing ashore. It can still be retrieved. And the other thing is, and it's tragic, but these are small pieces. And they tell us that this plane tragically shattered on impact. There is no intact plane underwater. And so each one of those little pieces, when all added together, can give us a clue of what happened. And the one piece that we're the most sure of on this one is the floor panel, and that is a small fractured piece of the passenger cabin floor panel of a Boeing 777. So that tells us something, because if the floor actually fractured, that tells us that this plane really shattered, and there's not an intact fuselage underwater.
Mr. Gibson, judging from the way that all of these parts were actually discovered, you said by villagers, by people on the beaches and all that, how do you think this should change how the search for the remaining pieces should be as compared to right now?
Well, it would be very good if there were official government effort to search for surface debris. But of course, the real answers to Malaysia 370 lie in the underwater debris field. To get the real answers and the real truth, they need to find the underwater crash site. However, each of these small pieces can help provide a clue. Also, there are possible personal effects, and I'd like to see the report on the investigation into those possible personal effects to see if there's a chance any of those could be from the plane. But every little piece is a clue, and it's good to have the private efforts, and it would be nice if there were also a government effort to search for surface debris.
Is there any movement at all on that?
There is not, and there has not been, and that is why in 2016 the next of kin of our own self-funded efforts went on our own to Madagascar and to Mauritius to raise awareness amongst the locals there.
Were all 5 pieces found in Madagascar or
All of those 5 are from Madagascar.
in one beach or
No,
different?
in 3 different places. One is Riake Beach, which is where most of the Madagascar debris has come from. 2 pieces from Anton Gilles Bay, which is in northeast Madagascar, which is where Dr. Chari Patiarachi said to go and look. It's a bay and it's sort of like a backdrop, so debris could wind up there and just get stuck in there. And then the floor panel and another piece are from southern Madagascar, 24 degrees south, near a village called Sandra Vinani. And if they are, if that floor panel is found to be whatever words they use, almost certainly from the plane, that would be the first one from southern Madagascar. There were 2 other pieces from southern Madagascar that are unidentified parts. However, so we have 2 from southern Madagascar and 3 from northeast Madagascar.
Do you roughly have a distance from one location to the other?
I'd have to look on the map before I guess, but we're talking 16 degrees south latitude for Riake Beach, 24 degrees south latitude for southern Madagascar. So
It's not like
pretty
walking
far.
distance, it's far away.
It's very far
Flight
away.
Maybe just a rough distance.
Kilometers.
Hundreds of kilometers.
Hundreds of
Hundreds of
kilometers.
kilometers.
Yeah, hundreds of kilometers apart.
Is there anyone else? Any questions?
Thank you all.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.